Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
So you finish high school, you go to college. I mean, you're fucking amazing.
Well, I got a scholarship to college for art.
That's fucking great. What kind of art?
Fine art. I was going to be an art teacher. That's what I was going to be.
And then how long did you stay?
I did comedy for 2 years. I had 2 classes away from my associate's degree in fine arts, an English and a math, basic, and I did comedy and I was done.
So when was the first night you did?
I did a talent show with a few other guys, and we won, and I was like, I'm done. This is it. I want to do that. And it was part of, here's the thing, it was bad and good. I found a passion, but the passion was still just releasing the happy drug.
But it's also, it's addiction. It is an addiction.
It was a good addiction.
Yeah.
And, they always say, find a good addiction. It's like, nothing's good for me.
Right.
Because I'll overdo it. But that one, But only in the last 10 years did I actually discover that I had to put some effort into this.
Into stand-up?
Yeah, because I always could just get up and fucking stick out.
Right.
Or, get laughs. And
crowd work.
Yeah, I could crowd work and just had energy and blah, blah, blah. And then there was a point where I was looking at my contemporaries like Jim Norton and Patrice and Burr. And I was like, wow. These guys they became something else.
Right.
You know what I mean? These guys are doing something else. And I was like, I gotta actually work harder, and I gotta come up with stuff that's. And I was like, I don't know how. I can't do what he does. I can't do it. And I was like, okay, my thing is, I can be vulnerable on stage. I don't care. I'll tell you whatever the fuck it is. I'll tell you that I like to cry. I'll tell you that I like my butt licked. I don't care. Let me just be as vulnerable as I can on stage and try to find out punchlines and tags inside of that. So it's, I can just, that will be my thing.
Right.
And and I've developed this way to really detail a situation out so it's funny.
Right.
Because I think as a comic,
because you're a storyteller.
It's a storyteller, but Colin always said it. You have to be able to do all of it. People would just look at a guy and go, oh, he's a great Joe, right? Oh, that guy just he's a performer.
Right.
Or that person just yells, or that rants.
Right.
It's like you should be able to do all of it.
Do all of it, yeah.
If you can do all of it and have that ability, at least you'll find what you want to do, and that will enhance
and
it.
your point of view and your voice.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Louis said it the best. It's comics, it takes around 20-something years to become a comic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You've also taken acting classes for.
I took acting in Boston. I say this all the time. I quit comedy for 2 years. So it was me, Billy, Dane Cook, and Patrice, and Bob Marley, and all these guys. We were doing comedy. Right. I backed the fuck out and went and did acting for a year and a half, 2 years, with this guy Peter Kelly. Who was,
because he had the same last name as you?
No, he was just listen, man. I went to Colin Jim Pickman for this acting class, this casting agency. Great, just
this
great.
Is in Boston.
In Boston, just the casting agent in Boston. And I remember that everybody was talking. Oh, Peter Kelly's teaching us, Peter. And I was like, who's this fucking guy? And he walked into our class. I had the lady, who's great, who's awesome, but this guy walked in with long hair, a little thin Irish-looking fuck. He's like, I need one more up for my class. Who? And no one ran.
Gay?
He was not at all.
All right.
And I just shot my hand up. He goes, let's go. And I went downstairs, a little tiny guy,
Right.
And I went downstairs with him and I did his class and I was fucking floored. And then 4 weeks later, it was over. I'm in a bar like 3 months later, and he's sitting.
Not drinking, though.
No, I don't drink.
Right.
I just literally came from a meeting with my friend. He's sitting in the corner booth, little light, with this smoking blonde.
Right.
With his long hair, and he had a cop leather jacket on given to him from the Boston police. And I was like, I want to do acting with you. He goes, yeah, man, call. You go to the I go, no, I want to do it with you. And he goes, what? I go, I only want you to teach me. I don't want nobody else.
Right.
He goes, all right, email me here. And he taught a special class at his house. He had an old fire station in the projects in Boston.
Wow, that's so cool.
He had a theater in his house, a small theater. And he handpicked students to work with, like 10. And that's it. And
you were one of them.
It was called the Harrison Project. And I was the youngest and one of the newest kids. And I worked with some of the greatest actors in Boston. Just, you don't know them, but they're in Boston. You know what I mean? And we would just, you would get a scene, you would have 15 minutes, then you run it, then you have another week, and you do it. Was just, it was fucking just this constant working on acting. And I remember he was yelling at this, he was like talking to this girl. He's like, yeah, stop. She's like, what? He goes, you're acting. She goes, isn't that what we're supposed to do? He goes, absolutely not. No. You want to do that? Go somewhere else. And I couldn't remember my lines.
Right.
And I kept and he goes, stop, out in the hall. And he brings me out into his kitchen. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, I can't remember. He goes, all it is confidence. That's what memorization is. Is that you got it. It's in your brain. Just tell yourself you got it.
Right.
He goes, read that shit right now, out loud. And I read it out loud. He goes, you got it? I go, yeah, I fucking got it. He goes, give me the paper. He goes, read it again. And I just did it.
See?
Like, get the fuck back in there. And I nailed it. And I was like, what the fuck? He like gave me a magic power. And yeah, he was great. I still use him to this day.
Really?
He's the best. I love him.
And he's still in Boston?
He's in L.A., Boston, New York. But
wow,
he
works,
sounds
amazing.
He works on the set of the CSI with, what's his name? The one with LL Cool J? And who's the other guy that was in Scent of a Woman? Who's the guy that was in Scent of the Woman?
I don't know.
Come on.
Look it up.
You don't have somebody that
Patrick,
looks...
can't you look it up? Well, I did, but...
What's his name?
Chris O'Donnell?
Chris O'Donnell.
Oh.
He's Chris O'Donnell's teacher. Like, he's on set with him all the time. And he works with LL. So he's on set with him when they're filming.
That's great.
Yeah, he's great. I love him because he's not a conventional acting coach.
Right.
He has his own little thing.
Now, you started you took off 2 years. You went back to stand up.
Yeah. Do people want to hear all this shit?
Yes, they love this shit.
You
and
sure?
Then, oh, shut the fuck up. And then you started getting acting work.
I got acting in Boston. I actually got a movie called The Koala Bear Kid, which was a student film that I auditioned for the lead and got it. And it was about the mob. And Billy Burr was actually in it. He played the Irish mob guy. I played this drug dealer that got in and kind of hooked up on the mob. And I remember, this is a funny story. I was working at a restaurant that the mob was involved in. Like, let's say I hung out with the mob guys, whatever. And I hung out with Italian guys that lived in that. I don't know what they were, but let's just say that, One of them was Stephen Giorgio, one of my great friends in life, another father figure guy that was in my life. And, really just taught me about friendship. And he was 6'something", big guy, gazelle glasses, purple gazelles with diamonds, and the greatest guy. So I go in to do this thing, and they have this acting. He's a, maybe 40-something gay guy.
Right.
And he's the mob boss. And we go in for the first acting rehearsal, and he is going, where's my money? So the kid,
Wait, do it again.
where's my money? And the kid keeps yelling. He's like, listen, what do you, no. Do it the way when you auditioned. Do it like you're Italian, you're a mob boss, and he's got your money. He's like, okay, let's just do it again. He goes, I walk up and go, hey, listen, where's my money, you motherfucker? I will fucking kill you dead. And the guy's like, what are you doing? What's happening? He goes, Eric, acting is a seed. I planted it. This is my process. You have to let it grow. And he's like, I don't have time to let it grow. We're filming in 3 fucking days. He's like,
where's my fucking money?
He goes, but so this kid's panicking.
Right.
All his money is invested in this student film.
And he hired,
and he hired a guy who did this thing, but then when he got the part, was like, I'm going to do this. So I says,
where's my money?
So I call my friend Steven. I go, Steven, listen to me. This guy's having a problem. He needs a real Italian guy, to play this role. We're going to come down. Maybe you can meet him. Maybe if you know anybody. So I bring him down to the North End, the Italian section of Boston. It's at night after this. And this kid's like an Asian kid, he wants to be Eric Lee, really sweet guy. And we're walking down the street. All of a sudden you see Steven coming down the street. He's in a fucking sweatsuit, wife beater, gazelle glasses, hair slicked back. Fucking
Joey Buttafuoco.
Just a monstrous guy. Big fucking guy. And he's like, hey, Bobo, 1 second. And he talks to this group of old guys. Then he goes, give me 1 more second. Talks to this other guy over here. As he's walking, he's like hitting these little groups of guys. Then he hits this guy, and then he fires 1 more. Talks to this guy. Boom, all right, see you later, buddy. Comes up, he goes, I'm in more huddles than an NFL fucking quarterback, huh? He goes, I'll do the movie, but I'm not doing it for you, kid. I'm doing it for Bobby. And I'm like, what? I didn't even ask you to fucking do it. So he takes him down for rehearsal the next night, and he's got his lines. And he's supposed to say, where's my money, blah, blah, blah. And then kind of, throw me a little beating or whatever, know. But, so we're sitting there and he's like, all right, let's do this. And I walk up. I go, listen, I'll get you. He goes, where's my fucking money? You cocksucker. I'll fucking murder you dead. And he grabs me and throws me across the room. And I smash on all these chairs and I land against the wall. The kid's like, that's it. And I'm like, no. I go, he really threw me. I'm like, you can't. That's not it. You can't hurt people on set, dude. But he wound up getting the part, and he's in this movie as the mob
What's the
guy.
name of the movie?
Koala Bear Kid.
I gotta watch it. Where's my money?
Well,
what happened to Where's My Money?
I don't know, but I remember Billy Burr's the guy at the end. He kills me at the end, and he's got this face where he's like,
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was great.
And then you got, what was your first big TV break? Was it Louis?
Nah. I mean, it was Torgasm. I would say Torgasm. I did Law and Order. I mean, look, after that, I booked another movie called Last Night at Eddie's. Where I played the romantic lead. I lost 30 pounds. I got shredded.
You were so fucking hot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still a little hot.
After Koala Bear Kid, I gained a little weight.
Right.
And then I had to lose 30 pounds in a month to play this other role.
How'd you do it?
I started running. I was such a cheeseball, too. I remember I had cowboy boots with little silver things on the tips.
Oh, yeah.
And I had sweatpants, but they were like see-through. And white. They were white with a black stripe, and I had a wife beater. I remember walking the beach with cowboy boots, these sweatpants with bell bottoms, and no underwear. You can see my junk and a fucking black wife beater. And it's like, what the fuck? I just remember walking by girls like, what's up? But I would walk the beach. I don't know.
Where's my money?
Where's my money?
My money?
But I think when I moved to New York, I want to. My acting got me to New York, not comedy.
Did I meet you in Boston or New York?
You met me in New York. I used to watch you on your HBO show. Yeah, I used to love it because you were so fucking. Because you were just someone would just set you off. You'd be like, "Hey, welcome," and how'd you like the movie? Oh, really? Did you? And it's like, I relate to that switch,
right? That
bipolar, it's
right?
like,
because you're like, you come at it from a good. You're like, okay, this is gonna be fine, and then and you're like, you're a fucking asshole. Like, why are you a fucking? Give me my money.
My money.
But I loved hanging out with you, and then you. So did Louis? Like, was it these guys that kind of helped you? All these.
No, yeah. I mean, Torgasm was big because it went to HBO.
Right.
I mean, look, people think that you get these things, and you probably should just be grateful for them at the time.
Right.
But everybody has the dream of being the guy or the girl. And then when that person gives you a shot, you kind of want to take that shot and become what they are. But it doesn't work all the time like that. So you have to, the Torgasm thing it was great, but I was already ready to move on to something else by the time that happened. And it came out, and it was exciting to be on HBO. I mean, we followed The Sopranos, and Dane was the hottest comic in the country, but...
Keyword was.
Well, here's the thing about that is that, we didn't get any money off of that. Like, we didn't get paid. Like, I did Tourgasm for the money, $1,000 a show.
My God.
When we toured the show. So it was $20,000. We did 20 shows in 30 days, and we got that money. Which isn't a lot of money.
No, that's not a lot of money.
When you live in New York. And then when it was on HBO, we had to sign a contract because they had it like a documentary. So we didn't have to get paid.
So you didn't get paid for your...
So here I was on HBO for 9 weeks, and I wasn't even getting SAG minimum.
That's ridiculous.
Which would have helped me out.
And were you like, where's my money?
Well, even like I hurt my leg. I ripped my ACL, and nobody paid for that. Like, I had to pay for that out of pocket, like whatever extra, my insurance.
That's terrible.
So there was a lot of things that happened with that like kind of built up a little resentment where it's like, what the fuck? And then the tour after that my guy put together with me, Gary, and Jay was a little tainted too because they wanted to do the tour and Live Nation wanted to do it. But
Gary Gallman and Jay.
Jay Davis, the kid that was on the show. So it wound up... it wound up being all right. The tour was, we were trying to make that money. Live Nation, man, I really, Jeff Wills over there, great guy, because this guy was like, look, it was a point where it was like nobody was going to do the tour, and he said, I don't give a fuck. I'll do a tour with Bobby, just you.
Love that.
And I was like, I'll fucking do it too. And that's when everybody kind of came back over this side, and we wound up doing the tour, and I wound up making the money off of that tour, which was so you kind of, it's like, thank you for this opportunity, you exposed me, but it's like, I wish I could have.
Don't take advantage of me.
I wish I was on TV, and I'm in a union, and I feel like, it's embarrassing how much did you get paid when nothing? It's embarrassing.
I know.
So it was like, it was the greatest thing ever, but it came with little caveats of shit.
But you learned a lot.
I learned that everything in this business comes with that.
Right.
And I learned too that everything comes to an end. So no matter, look,
like you think you're going to be making this money. Yeah, like I know a lot from people on sitcoms or who are in a high during they're in this great part of their career and they think this is it.
Yeah.
This is never going to end, and it always fucking ends.
Always ends. The one thing you have to do that I've learned is surround yourself with the people you trust or like a lot. And right now, the people like Jim Serpico.
I love Jim Serpico.
I
fucking love that guy.
That's
guy,
your
manager.
The best.
He was always the greatest guy.
Yeah, he's great. He produces, he directs, he edits, he writes, and he manages, and he's just it's just great. Gersh. I love being with. The first time I've been with. It's so funny because I was with Gersh when I first came to New York, and they douched me back then. I was with my. Hang on one second, my phone just popped off. And I actually went back to them through Serpico, Rhonda Price, who is the best. I mean, just a great agent who, just gives a fuck and no bullshit. Maddie Frost. I'm still with Frosty.
Price.
Yeah, Rhonda Price.
Yeah.
That's just one. I only have one Jew in my. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I'm not as popular.
Hey,
but yeah, I think that like even Louis, even Dennis Leary, these people have definitely, put me in things and trusted me to do stuff. Like when Louis called me to do his thing, I got this little part, and I was like, yeah. And you do it, and you're like, all right, see you later. And then you get a call a couple weeks later. All right, I wrote something else for you. You want to do it? And it's like, yeah. And you show up and you do this. I know
when he called me to do that, an episode, I was like, oh my God, yes, of course.
It's the best. Like your episode, I loved.
I love that episode.
Oh, it was so perfect.
I know, and he's such a good director.
He's great.
Yeah.
But it did explain a lot to me when he said, actors you have to be very gentle with and talk to them and help their self-esteem. Comics, you have to make it a competition. You have to be like, can you do this?
Right.
And then, fucking do it. And then they do it. but I'm kind of not like that.
I guess we should talk about. I don't feel like talking about his masturbation. All right, so
I mean, look,
it's like it is. He'll be back. So
I know. Just when?
Okay, it's not been that long. And give me a chance. I didn't do anything in front of anyone, and I can't get a TV show.
Well, maybe you should have done something.
I know.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
And I think Billy Burr said it on Crashing last night. They had this great Crashing episode last night with Burr on it. It was just a fucking great episode. And he was with Joy Behar and Artie on a panel talking about shit. And I don't know if it was written or if he just said it, because you never know with Burr.
Yeah.
And he goes, everybody in here, I'm killing it, but he was like, everybody in here has done something. Everybody in here has done something that they fucking shouldn't have done.
Right.
That someone could come out if you were popular enough and fucking say you did this. I mean,
this was part of the Crashing show.
This was part of this thing, but it's like, yeah, you're right. I mean, think about it. We've all done shit.
Right.
That if somebody exposed us, we've all had fucking moments and lapse of judgment, or it did things that we were like, what the fuck, that you could go back to later in your life and go, I fucked up. I'm so sorry. And I'm sure they'd be like, me too. We shouldn't have done that there then with those people and animals.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
no, everyone's, but this is an epidemic of ridiculous proportion.
But it's like everybody's getting called out. Like now Scott Baio got called out, and
good, because isn't he Mr. Trump?
Yeah, but listen, I don't care about that stuff. But I
I know
I don't care about. I care about. I don't. If you say that you're this, I don't just put you in a fuck off.
Right. Except with him. I'm not like that. It's not even a matter of party. It's not Republican. It's not Republican Democrat with me. It's him. It's fucking him. Okay.
I don't know but here's the problem is that if he didn't do that and he's just an asshole, now he's fucking stamped with that.
Right.
It's like you have to fucking go to the cops and say he did this, file a charge, go to fucking court, and have him convicted with fucking evidence with a jury of our peers, and then there you go. You can't just
okay, but you don't. I know, but you.
I hate it.
They call. Look at your fucking president calls 19 accusers liars. Women, it's not an equal playing field.
But that's because we can't. Yeah, but it is an equal playing field if we just agree that we're not going to be fucking idiots,
right?
And just castrate people in a public forum because of Twitter, social media. Is fucking hurting people's families.
Oh, I can't stand social media.
Yeah,
I think it's fucked.
You're hurting, but the kids that are coming up behind this, his kids, Louis' kids, all these kids are having to deal with something that is, if that could have been, these things. It's like you're a fucking criminal.
Okay, but Harvey Weinstein is a criminal.
Yes,
Kevin Spacey is a criminal.
Right, and they will go to fucking jail.
Right,
they will go to court and go to fucking jail and be convicted. But some people just fucked up. Some people just didn't.
I agree.
Some people just fucked up. Some people don't know how to act. Some people made the wrong decision.
Right.
Some people,
I know.
Asking somebody to masturbate, hey, is the wrong way to do it. It is not a fucking crime. You're not a piece of shit.
Right.
You might be. You're not a criminal. You might be fucking weird, but isn't that sex shaming him?
Right.
If he likes just to jerk off, why is that not okay?
Well, I mean,
why is it okay to fucking suck dick, take it in the ass? Do not sex shame me, you motherfucker, and then sex shame this guy for being a little weird. He's not fucking holding anybody in the room. Didn't hold anybody down. Didn't use his power. He just said, "Hey, can I do this?" Instead of saying, "Hey, you want to go? Want to go back to my place and make love?" If he said that, would he be in this problem? I don't know. I mean, yes,
we don't know, but I do agree that he is not Harvey Weinstein.
No, but he is.
And you can't erase everything he's done. Like that's the other thing. His art. To take everything as if, he made a mistake. He apologized. He obviously has fucking problems.
We've all made mistakes.
I know.
We all sexually, we've all fucked up. Sexually, we've all been in situations where we're like, I went too far or I shouldn't have done that.
But that's because I'm a big dyke.
You've never done anything?
I haven't. No.
No?
Not
You never
really.
did anything or where you were like, I fucking shouldn't have did that. You
No.
ever cheated on somebody?
No.
Never?
Nope.
Wow. See,
I know, but
why
that's-
is that?
I think I couldn't live with myself. I just, I don't know.
But why are you like that? How did you become like that? Because I think everybody feels that feeling. Everybody when you mess up or you do something sexual.
Oh, I've messed up in other ways, but not.
Like
I don't
what?
think sexually.
Like what?
I think I've. God, I think that. I've said things like when I said I was at a fundraiser for Howard Dean, who I wasn't supporting, but I hated George Bush so much.
Right.
And I, at this fundraiser, said, you know, we have to get this living, breathing piece of shit out of office at a big fundraiser.
Right.
With like Janine Garofalo and
Right.
David Cross
Yeah.
and Carson Kressley. And it was in the paper.
Jesus.
And AP picked it up. I got my life threatened. I became a Homeland Security threat. And I was like, oh my God, why the fuck did I say, you know, like I've said things that have not been eloquent, or I've done stupid fuck ass things.
You've said things,
But
done
I'm
things.
not a bad person.
No, I think certain people are bad people, and that's why we should judge them in a court.
Right.
And let us judge them in the process that we've created. You can't just fucking do it. God, there's kids on the other end of this.
Right.
There's families.
Right.
There's a lot of things happening on the other end of this.
But it's also that people have this platform now who don't deserve a platform. Like people on Twitter who are hateful, disgusting people who can just spew shit.
Yeah.
You know, we used to have them shut up. We had them under control, and now they have a fucking platform.
Yeah. It's a scary time. I don't know what's going to happen because everybody has something that they did.
Right.
And
That's why I
don't
think people won't run for office. You know, people are always like, "Oh, you should run for office." I'm like, "No, how many times have I said cunt or
you'll be fucking taken out.
Oh, you did
they'll
this.
show
you
one clip of you goofing around,
Right.
or doing something, saying
Right.
something,
Right.
And
I mean, the shit comics say to each other.
Oh, God.
If one person said, "Oh my God, she," you know, I did a Larry Nassar joke the other night. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to get in so much fucking trouble if, you know."
But-
it's like you have these thoughts.
Yep.
You have these thoughts. You always go for the joke, right? Even if it's quote unquote too soon or
over the
inappropriate. Yeah. But we have each other, you know? And other people, you know, just judge and I fuck you.
well,
you know,
especially in what we do, we cannot fucking submit. Nothing
Right.
is off limits. We cannot say anything is off limits at all,
Right.
Because we're comics,
Right. It's also like I was in a theater the other night. Okay,
Ooh.
and I'm doing a show.
I did a theater too.
Really? I did the Richfield Playhouse. Such a great fucking
Oh,
theater.
I love that. Those girls up there.
They're the best. So
Did
I'm
you
doing.
sell out?
Yeah.
Just say yes.
Yeah, I did. I sold out. The whole place was packed. It was me and Bruce Valanche. Anyway,
Valanche.
so you know, I do a joke. You know me. I'll say whatever I fucking. So I do a joke about Sarah Fuckabee Sanders and how disgusting and homely and horrible she, you know, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah, I know.
So
Grow the fuck up.
I had a joke about how she's so homely. She's the only American woman who has not had to use the Me Too hashtag. Okay.
That's funny.
And then they're like, ooh. And
Yeah.
you know what I said? I said, fuck you.
Yeah.
Your president says pussy and shithole.
Yeah.
So anytime they went, ooh, I said pussy and shithole.
Right.
Because it's
Did
like,
they laugh?
no. Yeah, but they would go, ooh, and I'd go, sorry, pussy shithole, pussy shithole. It's like you have seasoned journalists
Yes.
on national television saying pussy and shithole because that's how your fucking presidents are. Don't fucking yell at me. I'm making a joke. It's a joke.
Which is funny. This is the one thing that Twitter does suck too for comedians. It seems that comedians stopped being funny and started being politicians
Right.
on social media. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
I don't want to hear. I've seen your act. I know what you talk about.
Right.
Stop telling me how to live my fucking life. Stop telling us how wrong. And
But-
just get the fuck over it. We're comics, okay? we're supposed to find the funny in all this fucked up shit. And there's different comics for different things.
Right.
There's, political comics.
Right.
There's monologue guys.
Right.
There's energetic guys.
Right.
There's guys who tell stories. There are guys who tell stories energetically.
And gals.
I mean, of course.
I know what you're talking about.
So, it's like we're the ones who are out there revealing our lives, telling everybody how we really feel.
And think,
so that the people sitting in the crowd who feel and think the same way and are scared to laugh, the guys who are scared to laugh at a guy crying joke, can go, I want to cry too.
Right.
I have a joke about hugging. Why don't we hug?
Right.
I don't want to fuck a dude. I just want to hold one longer. Is my joke, because being hugged by a man is so much more comforting than my wife.
Right.
I mean, I remember this guy hugged me after a show. I was like, this feels so good. This is how my wife feels.
Right.
And guys will come up to me after the show and hug me.
Right.
And it's like, fuck,
Why can't we do this?
Why can't? So I revealed something.
Right.
And you guys heard it. And now
can relate to it.
And relate to it, and it's okay, and they can laugh at it. And the same thing with all this Trump shit and all this political shit in Russia. It's our job to make this funny.
Right.
And then you sit there on Twitter and you see these people that are just fucking miserably serious all the time about this shit.
And also the thing with Gilbert and with Sam Cedar, where they take an old tweet and it's like, you said this, 5 years ago and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, fuck you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that they can do that with anybody now.
Right.
A small group of people seem like they're millions, and they will take it and they will fucking take you out. I mean, you can take anybody out with anything.
I know. You can find any shit. Right.
But there's got to be a point where we go, fuck off.
Right.
There's due process.
Right.
You can't just say something and then companies run away from you and you're done.
Right. You're not representing us because you said blank.
You can't.
I know.
There has to be a point.
I agree.
That's why I love Aziz said, fuck you.
Right.
I'm sorry.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, but there's still a group of people that go, no, it's not. And these people have blogs and their presence on the internet, and they're trying to say, you know what, you should still feel bad. It's like, wait a minute, you exposed a date.
Right, you had a shitty date with someone. You don't fucking write an article and attack. I totally agree with you.
But who the fuck's gonna stop that? You can't police it.
Right.
But we have to, as fucking people, say, go fuck yourself. That's why I think comics, man, we have to make fun of this shit. We have to. We can't take ourselves too serious.
And also not saying, I'm not going to talk about this because it makes people uncomfortable. That we have to talk about that shit.
Yeah. I think
that's our job.
Those are the comics I love to watch. I mean, look at Chappelle, all the shit he got for his last special.
And he won the Grammy.
Won a Grammy.
Yeah.
And his special was fucking great.
Right.
And he went up and he fucking talked about shit. He talked about Louis.
Right.
Which was hilarious. Good for you. Don't just say what he did was terrible. I hate those people that go, what he did was, what he did. What are you saying? What he did? What did he do?
Right.
You don't even know what the fuck he did, and you're saying it's terrible because you don't want to be with him.
Right.
You don't want to be with him.
Well, you want to be politically correct. Yeah. It's like, no.
You don't want anybody to be pissed off. You don't want to say anything about it, and it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I think what happened to Louis was wrong.
Right.
Too far.
Right.
Too much. I understand the timing. The tide came up, but fuck off. Adjust it. Go back. Fix it.
Right.
And let this guy who put a lot of women to work.
That's what I said. I said he's someone who, the head of his production company, casting, gave women their own shows.
Yeah.
Who else did that?
Yeah.
I know.
It's a crazy thing. But anyways.
All right. So.
What?
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
You're listening to Kill Me Now with Judy Gold.
Okay, so what? I love your. First of all, just before I could talk to you for 5 hours, but how did you meet your wife?
At the restaurant, the Italian restaurant, 20-something years ago. Shut up!
Shut the fuck up in the hallway! What the fuck, Patrick? Can you tell him to shut the fuck up? This place, it's the fucking thing's gone off twice.
It's all right. Will you stop complaining, Patrick? Don't do it.
He's
Patrick,
very docile.
Patrick, don't do it. Sit back down. You're good.
Look at him. He's so
You're good,
sweet.
Patrick. I got you, buddy. I got you.
He would have gone. He would have.
I know he wouldn't
But
have.
it's like, what? How are we not in a soundproof room?
Well,
Oh, the lights on. See that? All right. So Patrick is like, all right,
yeah.
And you're like, oh, Patrick, sit down. I want to go fucking rip that guy and be like, you fucking idiot. Hello.
Yeah, I know. That's respect. It's respect. It's from not getting the respect that you knew in your heart you deserved as a kid, and people fucking rejecting you.
Constant.
And now you have your own show. You worked your way here. You know, being that tall and fucking all the things that were against you.
Everything.
And now you're here and you got your own show, and there's still some fucking twat
asshole
in the hallway going.
You
so
know,
anyways,
I was at West Side Comedy Club the other night,
Yes.
and there was a fucking asshole in the audience who was just a drunk, entitled fucking asshole. And I was closing, and every comic that went on before me, he was given, and they were like, shut up, shut up, shut up. And I got in there, I go, you shut your fucking, like, I was like, don't even fucking start. Anyway, he ended up having to leave during my set. And as he was leaving, as they were kicking him out, or maybe he, was like, had enough. Oh. He starts screaming to interrupt the show while I'm on. And I felt, and I don't get like this, but I felt so much anger that, fuck you, you entitled fuck. I work my ass off. Yeah. These people paid a lot of money to come hear a comedy show. I want to fucking bash your head against a fucking brick wall, you fucking white fuck.
Yeah, because he was taking advantage of you.
And
he was taking advantage of you. He was doing what he wanted to do to you. Even after you told him,
all the comedy.
But even after you told him not to.
Right.
You said, "Don't you do that to?" And he said, "Fuck," and he did it anyway.
And he kept going and
you were
going.
like, "I will fuck." That's that thing.
I will fuck you. Yeah.
That's that thing. I have the same thing.
And it's like
we have to learn somewhere to go. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And here's the problem: one person should have said, "Shut the fuck up."
Right.
And they should have been fucking booted.
Right.
So there you go.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is if you're in a theater doing a one-woman show. Why don't they talk?
Right.
Have you ever had somebody do that in the theater in a while?
No, I have not.
Why?
You go into a theater, they pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're not drunk.
Yeah.
And it's set up
to
for
focus.
you to focus.
Yeah, and listen.
But that's what I say about theater versus comedy club. In a theater, you have their attention. You need to keep it.
Yeah.
In a comedy club, you have to get their attention.
Every
and
30
keep it.
Seconds.
Yes.
Yeah, every 30 seconds.
With blenders and fucking
Everything.
assholes.
Waitresses and walking up to the front.
What about at the cellar when they're walking through to the bathroom from upstairs, and then they stand there staring at you?
Yeah, it's a fucking, and then if you like shut the fuck up, then they have to deal with it. Then they don't like you as a comic.
Right.
Because she always she needs the room quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Hello.
What? Oh, when he comes. Oh yeah, he doesn't like, if anybody even talks while he's on, he flips the fuck out. What?
Hello?
You're supposed to shut
the fuck up. Right.
People aren't supposed to fucking talk, and people aren't supposed to go woo after every joke. If you don't know that you're a manager or you own a comedy club, you're a fucking moron.
Right.
You're not a comedy club manager or owner. You're a restaurant bar owner.
Right.
You own a fucking Applebee's. You don't own a comedy club. If you own a comedy club, you want that fucking crowd tamed. You want them knowing how you like the Comedy Cellar. This is you fucking.
Oh, you
gone.
say one fucking
you're
thing
fucking
at the
gone.
Yeah, I
you're
love
gone.
that place.
Goodbye. So I hate those stories because what we do is so hard. It's so fucking hard.
And
to
they
get on.
can't. And it's like you.
Yeah.
You get up here and do it, you fucking assoul.
Well, let's not get carried away because sometimes that doesn't work either. They're real funny.
Shut up.
I mean, what?
What I always ask my guests two questions.
Yes.
First of all,
yes.
we're very pro mental health. Have you ever been on any antidepressants?
I don't take them. I did it one time.
You did?
For a very short time, and then I was like, you know what? I do therapy, and I talk to. I have a couple people that are in are sober, and I talk to them on a daily or weekly basis, and I try to.
Do you still go to meetings?
I do. I went to one in Chicago. I should go to more. You should. We always say that. I should go to more, but I do go to meetings, and I do have sober friends who I talk to, and I go to therapy once a week. So I am constantly evaluating, constantly being honest with another human being, which I think is the key to evolving. I think if you can be honest, I mean, it goes back to Tom Tompkins. That one thing.
Right.
He freed my soul. Because I don't need to carry around this shit.
Right.
And if I can go to somebody once a week and say, I did this, or I said this, or this happened, and I
feel shame,
and
or
I
feel
fucked up, and I didn't want to do it, and I fucking
Right.
did it, and and I can learn to love my life and learn to connect to the things that. But I'm 47 and I still haven't done it. That's why it bugs me with all the stuff going on. It's like people do things wrong.
Right.
And then
for
they
their whole
change.
lives, but you always make mistakes.
But now we're just taking people's lives away.
Right.
For what?
I agree.
For what? And that's why I think that, like, now mental health to me for the last 30 years has, is the most important thing.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, most important thing.
What pisses you off more than anything? Like that, I mean, we've talked a lot about getting pissed off, but like, what's the one thing that fucking makes you so crazy, like, you can't?
I really hate neutral people. I don't like people who are neutral.
Yeah.
Who just fucking don't understand, hating something.
Right.
I don't understand people who don't go, fuck, why would you get mad, or why would you think this?
It is what it is.
Just
it
let
is what it is.
Yeah, I understand certain things of it, because yes, you have to control yourself, but to not have that passion about things.
Right. Or to say, I don't have an opinion on that. When you fucking have an opinion on that.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, because, even the people that hate Trump or hate Hillary or all that shit, I lie in the middle somewhere with that. All that stuff, I'm in the middle. So I can understand all of it.
Right.
I can listen to both sides.
Okay.
But another thing I do hate is I hate when people take one side and just stay on it.
Right. And don't listen to the other side.
I fucking don't get. I get that why you hate Trump. I get why you hate Hillary. I mean, why can't you
see a portion of the other side? Yeah.
Our political people suck.
Right.
Famous millionaires suck.
Right.
They're shit people.
Right.
And then there's the rest of us buying a Megabucks ticket and a Diet Coke.
Right.
Trying to get through our fucking day and just get home to the people we love.
Right. Safely.
Safely.
And healthy. Yeah.
And it's like, you've made it a religion. You've made it a cult. You're Catholic, or you're Jewish, or you're, Baptist, or you're black, or you're white. It's like, I don't get it. It's like, no, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you want to be a woman or a man, if you want to be called this or that.
Right.
None of it matters if you're trans.
Right.
I don't care. I'm going to make fun of everybody.
Right, exactly.
I want to be able to say whatever I want.
Right.
Not in a fucking mean way, but I want to have fun with everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why everybody's kind of locking up on these teams when it's finally nobody gives a shit.
Right.
Most of us don't give a shit. The majority of us don't care if there's a gay, black, lesbian president.
Right.
As long as they're fucking good.
Good at their job.
And,
But then again, there is... you have to understand, like I explained this to one of, my son's teachers, it's like when you live in this world,
Yes.
and you are not treated or not, you don't have the same, you're not equal. Like I know what it's like to have to. I want to travel with my son, who's not my birth son. This is years ago, and we weren't married. I have to carry birth certificates around. You have to get lawyers to write up. I can visit you in the ICU. Like this is. It's not identity politics.
No.
It's like I want to have the same rights as you. Gay marriage is not about standing in front of God. It's like I don't want to have to pay taxes when you die on your I want to be treated like I've been with you for 40 fucking years.
Right. And you guys, and you will be. And it's look, if you took a majority vote tomorrow, if you said we're just going to vote America right now,
right,
and whatever that we say is going to, you'd be done.
Right.
But it has to go through this horse shit that we've created. And it's all for votes, and it's all bullshit.
And also this religious shit. I can't take religion out of fucking politics and law.
Again,
take it out.
Again, I don't give a fuck. You want to believe in Jesus?
Right, then fine.
Go.
But then that has nothing to do with.
You want your wife to wear a wig?
Right.
This beautiful woman to wear a wig at Gymboree and look hot and uncomfortable? Go ahead. I'm sure she has beautiful hair under there, but whatever you want to do, go ahead. I don't care.
But don't put it on me,
Don't
and
put it
don't
on me.
say like Mike Pence with the Jesus this and the God. No. God bless America.
I think we as America right now, and in my lifetime, has made such massive leaps forward.
Right.
Think about that. The gay pride parade, it's like it's just a parade now.
Right.
It's not this.
It's like the
it's not an
St.
epic
Patrick's Day parade.
It's not an epic thing.
Right.
Where it's like the gays are in town.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's like everybody loves it now.
Right.
Everybody goes to it. It's a fun thing for families go. It's a fun thing for the city to do. But I remember when it was a fucking nightmare and people were scared and blah, blah, blah. And they had to do it because we have pride in ourselves.
Right.
And fuck you.
Right.
Now it's like, hey,
it's a celebration.
Now everybody wants to be in it.
Right.
It's like we've made progress. With race and women. Now we're going through this woman thing.
Right.
But guys are going to be so different in the future. Guys,
I agree.
Guys are going to be different in the future. But let me say this: girls are going to look. Girls like passion too.
Right.
Girls want to be seduced, and they want that too.
Right.
Read any fucking novel. Any of those fucking Harlequins. The guy's not saying, "Could I please take my penis out?"
Right.
Is that okay?
Right.
Well, yes. And then he took his hard shaft and he laid it on my thigh, and I said no, but he said maybe. And then grabbed my hair. I mean, the movie that all women...
Right.
Was that Grey? Was that thing?
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey was the hottest movie 3 years ago. And now... fucking a guy asked to take his pee-pee out and jerk off, and his fucking life is taken away. We go to these extremes. The tide comes up and it goes out, and I hope that we can all take something from everywhere and learn from it and add it to your life and then give it to the kids beneath us.
Right.
Your kid, my kid, those are the ones that are going to fucking... Their lives...
I know. They're going to have... It's going to be so much better for them.
It's going to be. It's going to be.
Except if we're still here with the fucking environment going down the fucking.
We're fine.
Oh my God.
We're fine.
Okay,
what's wrong with the environment? Have you been to Vermont?
Yeah, I've been to Vermont. I have a house in the Cape. At the Cape,
I have a house in the Cape.
Yeah, in Provincetown. The entire bay, the highest tide ever recorded. Big and flooding
and I guarantee you
horrible.
go back into history and there was another time too.
No, this is the high.
I
know, but this was bigger than that one.
Listen, man. Listen.
It's still bad. Okay, we're not going to get into an environment fucking conversation.
Listen, we're fine.
Okay,
we're fine. Our kids are fucked, but we're fine. We'll have a good life.
Exactly.
No one, your house isn't going to be taken away in the Cape.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to get a house in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Lake Winnipesaukee.
Yeah.
What?
I love you.
Judy.
I can't thank you.
I love
enough.
you too. I really do. And I'm sorry that it took so long to get down here, but it does.
No, I know. You're very busy and you're a good hands-on dad. I love that you always, when you're home, want to be with your kid.
Yeah, I really do. And this is why I love my kid. I took him to Home Depot and we bought toys at Home Depot. I bought him just these fucking rubber, these bands that you wrap hoses up with. And I just bought him a box. And I brought him home, and he wound up giving them away to Noam's kids came over. So we had one for Manny and one for Mila, and they were like, "What is it?" And they were like, "You can make whatever you want." And I look over.
See, that's the way we were when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of this fucking video game shit. Yeah.
Well, I think it's both. I think you should do both. I think the kids are becoming smarter because my iPad that my kid has is all games.
Right.
And he can watch YouTube Kids for a couple minutes and zone out for maybe 20 minutes. Then he's back on a game or playing with something. But I bring my kid shit home all the time, just whatever, and we'll fuck around. I took apart with my kid a humidifier, it's a humidor thing to what the fuck are they called? I forget what they're called. We took apart this thing and built another one and out of another one. And me and him were just doing shit. I took him on the roof the other day to look at the chimney to make sure it was clean. And he was scared, but he was like, I'll do it.
I love that.
I really love hanging out with my kid.
Did you tell him Santa goes through the chimney?
Well, it's so funny is I told my wife, and we should end on this because we're going to another 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, right.
I told my wife, I said, buy me a Santa suit. This is not last year, the year before.
Right.
And I said, get me the biggest one. And then that one, get one size bigger than that. I'm not kidding.
Right.
Get the XXX, but then find the 4X and get the 4 or 5X. She's like, all right, I'll do it. So she gets it. I'm in the house full of kids, Noam's kids, my kid. I'm in the shed dressing as Santa. She got the XXX, didn't listen to me.
Right.
It doesn't fucking fit because whatever fucking European country they made this, some American fat and fucking Denmark fat are two different fats.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling to get this shit on. Norton's at my house. He's videotaping me struggling to get into a Santa outfit. And then I got to climb on the ladder to get on my roof because I'm going to come. And I'm on the ladder, and Noam's wife looks out the window and sees me and goes, "Kids!"
God.
And we're yelling, "No, not yet,
Shut
not
the
yet."
fuck up. Yeah.
And all the kids come to the door. So I have a photo of me just going, "Fuck you."
And you're Santa?
I'm just like on the roof, like, "Fuck you, you fucking assholes." I walk in as Santa. My kid walks up. He goes, "Santa." And I was like, Santa comes up behind me and goes, "Dad, I know it's you." But don't tell Miller and Manny.
Oh.
Fuck it, yeah.
Oh, I want to kill Noam's wife. All right,
no, she's the best.
I love her. I don't know how she puts up with him. All right, so
I fucking love Noam too.
I love him too.
He's one of the smartest, greatest.
I know
guys
he's
ever.
so smart, but he loves to argue.
That's why I love him.
He's someone who's not neutral, which is so. That's what I love about him.
One of the. I'm telling you.
I know he's brilliant.
You want to hear a podcast? Listen to that live from the table. He is so good. All the stuff that went down with Lou, all the stuff going on.
Right.
That when they attacked the Comedy Cellar table, what guy invites the guy down?
I know. And I was supposed to do that one, and I couldn't do it. I was away.
And then it says you want to go on stage.
Did he go on stage?
No, of course not.
Right.
No, of course not. I wouldn't either. Because if you bomb, you fucking.
Yeah, right. Hello.
Oh, God. I put that on fucking video.
When is this airing, Patrick?
We have one tomorrow already.
Yeah. And then do we have one next week? Well, I just want to know so he can plug.
I don't know. I was just
Okay, great. Thanks.
Oh, this is fucking thrilling dialogue.
All right. Yeah, that's great. All right. Well, who the fuck knows? All right. Where can people follow you? 2 weeks?
Yep. It should go up the 6th.
Okay. It's either the 6th or the 13th. Okay. So that means I'm going to the Comedy Attic
What's that?
in Bloomington.
I heard that club's great.
Such a great club. You would fucking you would kill.
I heard it's like small, but it's great.
It's
right?
great. I love small. Like I read something you said comedy should be 200 and under.
Yeah.
I fucking agree with you. I hate big rooms.
No, it should be.
It's an intimate. Yeah.
That's why the Comedy sells the low ceilings, 200 under.
I love Village Underground too.
200 or less.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. That's why I shot my special there.
I know.
It's
I want to
great.
do that.
I love small rooms. I've been doing the one-nighters.
Yeah, me too.
With
and they're
these
great.
door deals.
They're great.
It's fucking way better.
I know, because you make as much more than you would make in a weekend.
It's like, okay, you want to book me 6 shows,
right?
And I got to come in and do fucking, and then you're still gonna give away all the tickets before I even a chance to sell anything,
right?
I'll just come in by myself. I'll book a room. I'll get my fans to show up, and we'll sell, $20-something a ticket, and I'll take all the fucking door, and I'll go home in a night.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
In a night. I just did a great gig. I did a rehab in Chicago.
Yeah.
Footprints to Recovery. It was great. And then I did Laugh Factory in Chicago one night.
Oh, that's perfect.
Then came home and did McGuire's in Long Island one night, one show.
It's the best. I know. I'm
best.
doing that too.
Yeah.
So people can find you at robertkellylive.com. robertkellylive.com. It has all my shit on it. Or you just go to Facebook. Facebook, but don't go to. I have the personal one. Yeah.
Which I can't get any more people. And then I have the Robert Kelly comedian.
And then what about Twitter?
Yeah, to Robert Kelly.
Yeah.
I tweet very rarely.
Yeah.
I know you're supposed to tweet and make
I know.
people laugh.
Can't. It's so annoying that you have this party. It's like I don't want to have to fucking do that, but I guess you have to.
Well, I don't want to have to do it because you get accosted so much on there.
Right.
Because there's no accountability on
Right.
there. So that's why it's just like you make one little mistake.
Yeah, I'm a cunt. I'm a kike. It's great. I'm a
it's
dyke.
So funny,
It's
I'm fat. I'm Dom DeLuise, the guy from Game of Thrones, Michael Chiklis, Danny DeVito. I mean, and they say it with such dude, I just call it, dude, Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Dude, like I'm gonna go, what the fuck would everybody thought of that?
They just want to rise
I
out
have
of you.
glasses and he has glasses and he's chubby and I'm chubby, you cunt.
Fucking asshole.
You fucking
piece of
cocksuckers.
shit. Yeah, fucking
I'd
cunt.
love to fucking come to your house, look at your fat elbowed wife holding your chubby little shit kids. Your fucking fat mother lives next door. You fucking shit house. You can't even afford fucking $1,200 a month. You can't afford it. You fucking
loser.
cocksucker. Yeah, I hope they take your truck back. You fucking.
I wish we had music for this.
Oh, you fucks. I hope you fucking die ice fishing. But God bless you.
Thank you so much, Robert. I love you with all my heart.
I love you too. I'm going home right now. I'm going
right,
to try
me
to
too.
catch my kid. He's ice skating now.
All
So.
right. And as we always say,
Yes.
so long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.